means it might be a new, might be a new, it should be a new, that is correct. But the thing is, for example, let us take a procurement only. So under this procurement functionality, assume that they have some 6 BUs, 6 business units that already they're running.
Okay.
Okay. Now they wanted to extend their business to one of the new country. It's a
Okay.
country or state. It might mostly it will be country. So since they have 6 units, it is running across the what you call globe. Now they wanted to extend for one more BU. Okay. So this is also one kind of enhancement
Okay.
in the procurement side. Similarly, so assume that we have a 6 BUs. So they have each BU having 2 inventories. They want to introduce one more inventory arc. That is also one kind of enhancement. So like that, we have a several enhancements we used to get. Okay, these are some kind of examples, and I can say something like, okay, we have uh, one BU we have. So here we have a 2 inventories. Already I said this one, 2 inventories. Now I want to introduce one more inventory for the same BU. Okay, and similarly, cost centers they want to increase. Costing side means costing module they wanted to increase from existing to something they want to add the new. So these kind of examples are enhancements. Okay,
I mean, the existing when you're doing some changes or altering is called enhancement, right?
correct. Even existing also, if you want to do some changes, then that is also one kind of
Yeah. No.
enhancement.
The new things are ticket, new ticket.
Yes, new things are also, it will be a part of enhancement, because see, if they want only one BU, they don't want to go complete implementation, right? They will
Okay.
they will take it as a what you call the enhancement ticket. So with the help of the what you call the functional guys, whoever is there, so with the help of them, they are going to implement that. Okay, so this is very small, like if you take 100% of implementation, if they want only one BU, they won't go for again Deloitte or something else. They will try to implement that new what you call new BU using the in-house people, in-house functional or technical guys. So that is also a part of enhancement. Okay, it
Okay.
would be like existing one modification, yes, correct, or new thing when I want to bring something new for the existing system. Okay, so when they want to bring the new or when they want to do the existing changes, suppose let us talk about existing one, existing things need to change. So I am taking one of the example. So we have a business unit. Okay. So under this business unit, we have a 2 inventories. Let us take HYD BU, sorry, HYD INV and BLR INV. Okay. So in these BUs, okay, they are locator control. Both are locator control. Okay. Now the locator control has been, see, they have locator control and we have a very limited palette. It means that the space was earlier, it was very small. So that is what, so under the locator control, we have a row rack bin, right? So these are the like 3 segments they have: row, rack, bin. Earlier means current system. Okay. So
Okay.
getting my point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also row.
So this all comes under support, huh?
Yeah, it's under support. If enhancement, if you want to do, it will comes under support. Okay. So under this row rack bin, so they have defined something like 10 inputs. So rows are 10, racks are 10, bins are 10. Now they wanted to introduce some more 10 values for each and every what do you call segment. So are you getting? So now under the row they have the 10 only, 10 rows. Means
Okay.
earlier the space which they have, they contain till 10, the space was occupied. Now they wanted to increase because the sales has been increased, something has been increased. That is what they wanted to increase the number of rows or number of racks, number of bin. So when they want to increase that, what they're going to do is they're going to make the enhancement ticket. So they don't specifically create the enhancement, they will create the service ticket only. Service ticket will get from business users. So by doing analysis, we'll come to know, yes, this is some change in the configuration. Once you find the change in the configuration, so what we have to do, we are going to make it out enhancement ticket against this service ticket. So we have a process in the service now, but don't tell service now we are using. I don't know if Oracle will be using service now, then you can directly can say. If they're not using, then you can say some other tool. So with the help of that tool, we are processing some procedure.
Yeah.
Okay, so enhancement ticket. So this enhancement ticket, it has all kind of like as per service now, we have a 4 stages, 3 stages, sorry, 3 stages. So one is build preparation, means it is like a development preparation, build preparation. So here what we are going to do is we are going to build our configuration as per the requirement. On top of that, we are going to give some deliverables to the business users. One is FSDs, okay, and scenarios and passed something like any kind of these are majorly these two FSDs and scenarios. And some people, if they ask what are the passed scenarios, passed scenarios. Okay, so these we are going to give as a deliverables along with your configuration. Okay, these things they will prepare, and before approval of build, these has to be what you called get us approval from business stakeholders. So business owner who from where you got the service ticket, that business user. So for them they have the some leads, some business heads will be there. So we need to get approval from the business heads. So once we'll get approval, then you will start build preparation. Who will start this one? It will start by functional team. If it is functional, functional team. If it is technical, technical team. So once your build preparation is over in the development instance, what we're going to do, we're going to verify your configuration based on the requirement. So requirements means in the service ticket they will mention these are requirement. Then it will be like uh, it may not be a document kind of thing. It will give high level descriptions. If you want more details, we'll have a WebEx with them, and then we'll get a more details from the business user. So based on once we got the requirement from them, so based on that, we are preparing FSD scenarios, these things. Okay. So once build preparation has been done, so these things once again will verify based on the scenarios and past scenarios. I mean, past scenarios will decide which one. See, scenarios means out of 8. Okay, so eight scenarios we prepared, so some 6 scenarios are passed. So like that we will going to maintain some separate document, so saying that these are the past scenarios. And sometimes they may use these or directly they will use FSDN scenarios. Okay, so once you find based on your scenarios the build is working, then you once we'll get a approval from them. So what we're going to do is we're going to release this configuration from development system to testing system or UAT system. UAT system. So once again here we require the approval from business user saying that please start testing in their business scenarios, and we want to get approval. So once we will get approval, what we are going to do is this UAT, whatever configurations which are present in the UAT, these configurations will push to production. Okay. So build, development, testing, and then production. So if the configurations are very huge, means okay, my example we have only 10 rows, 10 racks, 10 bins. If they want to do something like a 50 rows, 50 racks, 50 bins, so manually entries for each and every area, I mean instance, it will be a tedious job. So what they will do is they will use the CSV format. CSV format, this format they are going to use to push the data from one configuration to another configuration. So how it is look like, I'll show to you now. So CSV format will be present for almost all the configuration screens. Whatever configuration screens which are present under each functional area. So most of the configuration screens, you can find this CSV format. I think I would say here. So this is the what you called the file format, but actually the procedure is we are going to use export and import procedure. Export and import options to first export into local machine, add your configurations, and then import to your instance. Okay. So how it will look like, I'll show to you. So connect to system, go to setup and maintenance. Okay. So here you can find each and every functional area. So we have a separate group of tasks, initial users, legal constructions. There are a lot of things. Now I'm going to manufacturing here. Okay. Now assume that I wanted to do some modifications under the inventory management. So when you select this, here we have a actions. When you open that actions, system will provide a option to the user to download the CSV format. Means when I click on new here, what system will do is under this functional area, under this inventory management, whichever components are there, whichever tasks are there, for all the tasks, system will make a one package, CSV package. Means that package containing the files for each and every task. So I'll show to you how to do that. So this will be like, when you want to, I mean, what is the precondition here is other system in the test instance, our assumption is nothing has been present in the test system. Means development has started in the development instance and configurations we tested, and we were confirming this configurations has been working. Now we are moving all configurations pertaining to the inventory management to the testing instance. That time, if testing instance is a fresh, so as of now there is no data, there is no configurations are present, means then definitely you go ahead and select here export option. Using export option, you can export first the data of configuration into local machine, and using import we can push back the complete configuration into the test instance. Okay. If it is individual, very specific to task, so that time what you have to do, you just come to here, select any task and go to actions, export to CSV. let us take only specific one. So same thing, same functionality, even here also same, here also same. But if you're selecting specific, so with respect to that specific only, system will download the what you call package, I mean CSV files. So here we are going to give one more option system will provide, whether you want to download the CSV package with configurations or without configurations. So with configuration means no need to select this template file. With configuration, means something configuration has been present. If you don't want any configuration, so only I wanted to have template, then just select this and submit. Now I want to download the configuration screens. So what I have to do, after once you select that export file, create new, just come here and click on submit. So what system will do is, system will run some schedule process background. So we can view that particular what you call process as well. Now come to again export to CSV and click on not started. Then system will show, when you click on view progress, system will show what is the progress of your task. So this particular package contains 6 objects, and as of now nothing has been completed. So if you want to see that, just click on refresh, it will show and everything, because now we selected including data. Okay, so it will take some time to finish this task. Click on so keep on press the refresh, so that once total
So this will
object,
be done only in the back end. We won't be able to see, right?
no backend it will run, but
Okay.
no need to, we can't able to see.
Okay. Okay.
So we will finally, once this process has been successfully loaded, successfully completed, then system will give a option to download the file.
Okay.
So that file we required.
Okay.
So this is the one of the way to move the configurations from one instance to another instance. Actually, earlier days they were using some rapid implementation. That kind of functionality they have removed. Now this is the procedure they are using to move the configurations from one instance, development instance to test instance to production instance. Because this instance have a lot of data, so that is what it is taking a lot of time.
Yeah, all are done.
Completed, still in progress. So
Okay.
once it has been completed, then it will allow. Yeah, completed successfully. Then go to actions, go to download CSV file package.
Okay.
So it will download package here, show all, show in folder. So just cut here, go here, because it will I mean open a lot of files. So I wanted to keep one particular area. Manufacturing. Yeah, here I'll keep. So paste. So this is the file which we got. Now I wanted to extract this. Extract all. Okay. So these are the files which has pertaining with that particular folder. Okay. So when you open each and every file, it will show, if the data is there, it will show the data. If not, only it will show the template. So what
Okay.
we have to do is, you just enter the file, enter the data here, and after once you enter the data, what you have to do is, you just select back whichever files you want to load. Assume that I want to load only locators. So select these two. Okay. Right click, compress or zip the folder. So one more time I'm telling. So whichever files you wanted to load. So I wanted to assume that I wanted to load the locators. So this is the first one is important, the metadata. Then select whichever file, right click, compress zip folder. So it will create one zip folder. That folder, you go back to system. So select which task that is. So this sub inventories. So go to actions, import, create new. System will ask what is the CSV file package. So once you select that, what
So this
system
will
will do?
support only CSV file, huh?
The CSV package, CSV file. Okay. So here you have to select which file you wanted to load. So I'm telling just procedure. I'm not filled anything. Just open and submit. Once you submit, with the file having valid data, system will push the data into what you call instance. If file having some errors, system will throw the errors in the log file. So this is one of the procedure they're going to use to move the configurations from one system to another system, one instance to another instance.
What are the tasks you're doing? Is this one, right? FDA process or?
Now this is CSV and FBDA template will be used mostly for transaction data.
Okay.
We have a two file what do you call tasks are there, right? One is master data and transaction data. So master data, if you want to move, they're going to use the CSV file package. When they want to deal with the transaction data, they're going to use the FBDA process. So this is a project for CSV. Now I'll talk about FBDA, how we are going to do. I'll take one of the example. I'll explain that. So this one you understand, right? Hello.
Hello.
This one you understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this procedure, whatever procedure I told, that procedure will be same for across all the tasks. Whichever task you can select.
These are all CSV packages, right?
Yes, CSV packages, correct. So this particular CSV package is common for all configurations. Suppose I want to do account alias, go to actions, download the file, fill the data, and then import the data. And here system will provide compare setup data as well. When you want to compare what is the old data, what is the new data, and the system has given one more provision to compare it before loading the data into application. Okay. Now we'll see how to deal with FBDA. So 1 second, sir. I want to bring water. 1 second. 1 second. I want to bring water. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, now we'll talk about FBDI. So I'll take one of the example how to deal FBDI. So actually, what are the methods which you have to move the data from legacy system to what you called fusion? So there are
Legacy
FBD.
means it is a different companies, right? I mean,
No,
different.
legacy means it is a EBS or SAP, or they're using some their own software to run
So
their
different
business.
softwares are called as a legacy.
Legacy system means currently different software is which system they are using for their
Okay.
business.
Okay. Okay. Based
So
on
that
legacy. Okay.
no legacy means it is a name, just
Okay. Okay.
So I'll show what is exact. What do you mean by legacy? Legacy means current system.
Okay.
So that is a like terminology kind of thing. Legacy. Okay. Applicant to particular. Legacy system means current system.
Okay.
Means old system like application program related to legacy mean that if paved something is there we have to just it is the current system. So that current
Okay.
system we are going to wiping off and we are going to use the new system. When you are
Okay.
trying to use the new system, the current system become the legacy.
Okay.
Is the old method technology. So that is called a legacy systems. Okay.
Okay.
uh, Come back here. Now we'll talk about so how to bring the data. See, mostly what you call bringing the data. I mean data means always you remember from legacy which data we are going to bring is that is mostly 90% of data will be belongs to transaction data. It may not be belongs to configuration data.
Okay.
Okay. So how to bring the data from legacy system to current system, current cloud? If they are using current, if they want to use cloud as a current system and they wanted to wipe off or they wanted to retire from the current legacy system, then they're going to use two options here. One is FBDA and another one is ADFDA integrator. So these are the two options which you have to to move the data from legacy to cloud. And apart from, if you have a technical knowledge, we have one more services called as web service. So here we require some kind of technical knowledge. Okay. So they use some SOA services, SOAP services, and using that they're going to bring even the data from legacy to cloud. So without technical knowledge, if you want to bring, these are the two options.
Okay.
Now we'll see what is FBDA is. File-based data integrator. File-based data integrator. And ADFDI is automatic. Something is it? Automatic. Uh, Something is it that I forget about that. Automatic. ADFDI integrator. Desktop integrator. Hmm. Oracle Application Development Framework. Application Development Framework. ADF. ADF means. Okay. So this is one of the plugin. So that particular plugin we have to install in your local machine. So once you install it, okay, then your Excel work as a FBDA, ADFDI functionality it will automatically bring. So how it is look like? First, I'll show that. 1 second. Already we opened, right? Here open. Okay. Now go to navigator. Okay. So to download the ADFDA, first I am showing. So go to tools. So download desktop integrator. One of the option will be available. Here it is not there. Mm, Go to others again. Mm, So mostly it will be there under the tools. If it is not present, we have even you can download from the Google, or one more option is, let me 1 second. So mm, okay, here we'll see one new window. Go to tools. Yeah, this one. Download desktop integration installer. When I click that, system will download the file. Okay. So already I downloaded my local machine. So just click on that, double click on that, automatically system will install this ADFD. Okay. So once you install that, suppose now I wanted to check, I wanted to use this one for specific application. So I'll show that one how to do. Okay. Go to here. Mm, Go to home. Okay. Go to setup and maintenance. So some ADFDAs are used for setup and maintenance, but little bit, very less. So I can say only 5%. So you cannot tell ADFDA completely used for transactions, but some areas of configurations also they use little bit, very, what you call the percentage, the weightage will be very less. But FBDAs mostly they use for transactions. Okay. Now I wanted to show how to use the FBDA, sorry, ADFDA. So go to procurement. So in the procurement we have option buyer assignment. So procurement function, go to all tasks. I think here it is not there. Purchasing foundation, I guess. Go to purchasing foundation, buyer assignment rules. Okay. So click on that. You click on this task. So my suggestion is you have to tell only procurement side and inventory little bit. So procurement, whatever use case which have, you have to have at least idea on end to end.
Okay.
Okay. So once you open that, just click on manage in spreadsheet. Okay. So this has been downloaded. Just double click on that. So close this normal, not required to close. Yeah. So this is just enable here. System will first, it will connect to application automatically. Yeah, see it will come like this pop-up. So once you install your ADFDA. Okay. So do you want to connect to test system? You click on as, system will ask provide the user ID password. Password user ID. MJNG. So it is still one more latest version also will be available. You want to download or you want to skip? Okay. Now what system has done is system has pulled the data, whatever data it is present in the application. So these are the rules has been there in the application. Now either you want to do the some change for existing rule or you want to add the rule here, you can do whatever you want. Now so assume that uh, insert insert. Okay, fine. So now here, okay, at last I'll keep, sorry, cut, delete, delete, it's won't delete. Why? Uh, cut, yeah, paste, cut cells. So we'll be very cautious about this. Okay. So if sometimes all Excel functionalities won't work. Okay. Now I just selected this one for entry. So keep it as here something 8.1 or 9 because 9 already there. So I wanted to keep this is 10. So here what we need to give the equation BU. Okay, so this data from where we'll get? We'll get from client. This is configuration data. So configuration data like through this one BR100, whatever BR100 which you prepared, from that we are going to, we will come to know what data for which rules we need to pass. So I selected equation BU here and commodity. Commodity nothing but category. So
Okay.
this category you have to pass. So for that you have to find out what and all categories which you have. So go to test rule, equation BU, category, to open that, go to advanced, does not contain. So system will display all categories from the functional area. So I wanted to add this AV supplies, or I think AV supplies is there. Okay, let us go to, okay, this one will take. Go back to system. So directly if we invoke that, it will connect to a record of 9 value exist. Okay, so already 9 has been existed. So let me just, I don't want to save, I want to reopen one more time. Go back, modified, where it is. Yeah, this one. I'm relaunching one more time.
Okay.
J, okay. Now I wanted to enter here, insert. Okay. Now 14th record. So provide this data. So this one, we're thinking that, okay, archive services. So I'll open from there only. Go to here. So double click on that. So it will automatically invoke the system. So these from where it is coming? These are coming from functional area catalog. So select this, whichever you want. After selecting, click on OK. Okay. And here procurement view. So remaining things we are not using in my system. If they want to use, we can select whichever column required. So we are using only these things, city and Swansea. So you just double click on that, it will invoke the action. So no need to select manually. So from the system, you can select it. Oh, here, sorry. Okay. So this is the buyer name. So buyer name I'm trying to provide. So let me give my name. Thing not there. Go to advanced. Does not contain. So whenever if you don't know the data, just give the does not contain. So it is there. I don't know why. Name. Caps we have to pass. Okay. Now like this, we can enter how many rows you want. So once your entries are done, okay, then come to upload. This is the option to load the data into Oracle Cloud. So click on this. So on failure continues to upload subsequent rows. If you want to do that, just select the checkbox and move. Download all rows after successful upload. So you want to see the whether it has been successful or not. Just check box, click on OK. See, we got actually. Now we will see the status viewer also. So no error. Each row wise also will come the status. Where it will show that. It will show row entered successfully something. I don't know why it is not showing. That's fine. Somewhere we will have this status viewer review. Somewhere it will come. That's fine. So maybe somewhere you'll find that. So you just go back to the system and verify your new row has been inserted or not. See now you can see 10th row has been inserted. This is the commodity and is the buyer. So this is the way to load the data through ADFD. First you need to download the desktop integrator, and then
Okay.
for each component wise, if you open that component, some of the components having spreadsheet, you click on that, system will download the spreadsheet and enter the data and upload into system. This is the ADFDI functionality. Now another one is FBD. So mostly like 99% people are using rather than web service. Web service means again they required some technical knowledge. So
Okay.
instead of that, they will go for FBDA process. So how to do that? I'll show one of the example. Okay, let us take a item import. Okay, so item import is my action item. So this item import I wanted to do from FBDA process. So what is the FBDA process which you have is, there are, first we need to think, if we want to do the item import, first we need to check job role. What is the job role is required. Next, download the template. Download the template. So each and every component should have a templates that we have to download from site docs.oracle.com. docs.oracle.com. Next, so once you download and prepare the FBD, prepare means like enter the data into the sheets, various sheets, and then generate the CSV. It is the format is the FBDA format is Excel SM. That is one of the format they're using. So you prepare the FBDA, you prepare the Excel SM file. So once you have done that, then put that FBDA file into UCM area. UCM area. UCM means Universal Content Management. So once after keeping your data into UCM area, then next step is move the data to interface tables. Then once your data has been moved to interface tables, the next step is move the data from interface tables to base tables. So how to move this data to interface tables? Using load import load interface import program. Interface import program. These are the scheduled programs. And how to move the data? So using the program name is item import. Okay, so these are the various what you call sequential steps we need to execute to move the data for FBD. Example here I have taken item import. First we need to see the job role. For job role of item import is product data steward. Okay, and download the template, prepare the FBDA, put in the UCM area, move the data into interface tables, and again final step is from interface table to base tables. Okay, so first job role I told, so you know how to add this job role through the security console. You can add the job role. Next, download the template. How to download the template? So go to docs.oracle.com, go to cloud applications. Okay, and the item import will be present in inventory management. So click on that, and this is the what is the version of your application, whether it is 20A or 19D. So we have to verify what is your application version. Application help, sorry, not application help. So go to here, last at last is it? Yeah, about this application. So click on that, it will be 20A. Oh, 20A is the current version of your software.
Okay.
So according to this, you have to download your template, FBD template. So here it will give the options. So right now we have only 20 and 90D. So there is no other versions. So select your version and click on books. So here in the view, it will show all the related information, user guides, implementation guides, administration guides, configuration guides, security guides. So there are a lot of guides. So which guide is overseas? Development guide. So click on this, and this is the one, file based data import for Oracle support supply chain management. So click on this HTML. So here it will show various contents. So our things will be there in the product master. So here we can find the item import. So this file you have to download from oracle.com. Okay, so just click on this, automatically system will download the file. Okay, so once your downloading is done, then open this page. I have already downloaded, so I wanted to use same thing, even that whatever, I mean download thing is also you can use, but I prepared one of the FBD. Let me show that. Okay, so this is the item import I did. So once you download the file, it will be look like this. So this is the first page. So this is a generate CSV. What we have to do is, once your filling has been done with various sheets, so you have to come to first page and click on this button, generate CSV. What system will do is, system will create the CSV file for all your sheets automatically, not to do anything. So this is the some of the instructions they are given how to prepare the FBD as well. Okay, so here wherever star is there, suppose if you in our application, in our business, you are using this first page, then mandatorily we have to pass the value for star. Wherever star is there, those are the mandatory fields, remaining and all optional. Okay, so you have to prepare the FBDA file like that. So what and all mandatory things which are there here is, so one is batch ID. Batch ID you have to pass, and batch number. So batch number how to pass is, so already in product management, so item product management master arg is the item arg that will handle or that will store the item related information. It won't to do any kind of transactions, only it will store the item information. Item information means what is the status and what is the attribute in manufacturing, what is the costing enabled or not, minimax planning is enabled or not. So like that we have a various attributes. All that attributes information will be stored into the item master organization. So that master organization code, this is the master organization we are using, CCS item master. Okay, so like that you have to define, I mean you have, I mean from where we are going to get the data is, we're going to get the data from EBS. So some technical guys will write the code and they will pull the data from EBS, and that particular file they will give to you. So being a functional guy, you have to fulfill this data for each columns. Okay, and here you can find organization code and template, item class name important, primary unit is mandatory, life cycle, status. So like that we have a various, so many columns will be there.
Okay.
Okay, so this data we are filling based on your legacy system. That legacy data will be provided by the technical guys. So once your fulfillment is done, so here in my current company, we are using three sheets. One is item interface, and revisions are also right now we are not using, but we'll use in future, and category
Okay.
interface. So
Okay.
each and every item must have a category. So that category also we have to define. So your item is belongs to which category. So these are the three
Okay.
sheets are using. So we have a lot of sheets, relationships, associations, EFFs, EFFs extension. So like that we can find 13 sheets here. attachments, partner, that, this. So many things are there. So as per your requirement, you can use that particular sheet. Okay. Now I wanted to load this data. So how to do that? So this already loaded just now. I mean morning time. So I'll change the item names here. Otherwise system will throw the error. So this is, so this up to this 8. Okay. This will be master data. Up to
Okay.
row number 8 this is the master data, and next to data will be inventory, means child data, child organization data. So this will keep like this. Okay. And we have, before you are posting the data into system, so these configurations has to be present. Item arc and inventory arc, all configurations has to be present in our system, or else it will throw the error. Okay. And batch numbers, the batch number is very, very important. And this batch number, whatever you are passing for master, suppose the child, this child I wanted to integrate with this first master data, then you have to give the same batch number, 637, this 37. And batch ID will be unique, only one batch ID you can use. And this ID will be common for all columns, for all columns. I mean for each row, the batch ID will be same. Okay. And like this, you can prepare your data, then go to category interface, and whichever batch ID you are passing in the first page, you have to pass same batch ID. And batch numbers, this batch number also you have to cross verify, 37, 38, 39, 40, and this is also 37, 38, 40. And even this catalogs, this catalogs also we will get information from functional area, manage functional area. So whatever EBS data which you got, so you, before you are going to use the category, first the category has to be present in the functional area. Okay. So like that, the data, whenever you are giving the data, here is mandatory thing is the configuration should contain your data. That is a mandatory. If configuration does not contain your data, system will throw an error while loading the file. Okay. So once your file preparation has been done, just save the form, go to first page, click on generate CSV. Generate CSV. So what system will do is, system will generate the CSV file for all 13 sheets. Okay. So go to Fusion, real time. So I'm replacing first one. So system will create the CSV format. Okay. CSV zip file has been successfully created. Now go back to system. Go to the schedule process. So UCM area, see UCM area, we can skip first step. Directly we can push the data into interface tables. If they want to use the UCM area, they can use. There is no harm. There is no harm at all. But we have a provision to skip the UCM area. Okay. So from where you can find the UCM area is, go to navigator and go to file import and export option. You click on that. So system will ask, you click on place, and we have to provide the, what is the account, what is the file. Just choose the file. So this is the first step. Okay. Now where is our files? Fusion classes. This is my file. Okay. And account is mandatory. This account is nothing but SCM item input. SCM item. So how we'll come to know this account only we have to select. You can refer the docs.oracle.com. They will provide which account we need to select for which component. Okay. And just save and close. So we entered our Excel file, CSV file, FBDA file into UCM area. Once first step has been done, then come to schedule process. Next step, interface tables. Go to schedule new process. And what is the program? Load interface. Load interface file for input. Select this. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now we have to pass what is the account. Account means for which object you are trying to import. This is the account we need to select. So that is a schedule program. So schedule program is item import. Click on search. So system will display the program name. And then when you click on drop down, system will display the file which is present in the UCM area. Okay. So now if we see here 315 1137 315 1137 1315. Okay, this is the file only we did right just now. 1137
Yeah.
means that is US time, Central time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that only.
Yeah. So select
Yeah.
this. EG correct. Just submit the program. So what system will do? System will push the data into interface tables. So system will run the data. I mean the programs here one by one. So now we can see here loading completed, successful, something we are getting.
Yeah.
So once status has been successful, then it is nothing but the data has been loaded successfully to interface tables. Now we need to push the data into base tables. Once you push the data into base table, then only the data will be available in the actual system in the front end as well. So what is the final step is item import. This is the program to move the data from interface tables to base tables. Okay. So we have to pass the batch ID. So remaining even batch ID also optional, but in order to know the log file, so mandatorily we need to pass the batch ID. So what is batch ID of ours? So which ID you pass? So this is the ID we pass, right? Go back to application, give the batch ID, click on submit. Again, system will execute consecutive some programs. If the file is perfect, then you never find any issues. If the file having some miscellaneous some kind of data, so this what you call process running these things will be very hectic. I was telling right.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
uh, so once you know the thing, it will be easy. Once you don't know the things, it will be too tough. So always, if you are testing, you have to test only with one row. So now it has been successful. I think this is the last process API is the last what you call program, and everything has been success. Just verify. See, now we got a error. So we'll verify that what is the error. If it is mm, mm. Item cannot be assigned to multiple categories for this catalog because the catalog is configured for single assignment category assignment. Items cannot be assigned to multiple categories. Okay. So this category they have used already. So items is already assigned to specific category, and item cannot be assigned to multiple categories for this catalog because the catalog is configured for single assignment category assignment, single assignment. So what I'll do, just go back to our application and file, go to here, try to change this category name. So how to get it, this one, functional area catalog. So go to setup and maintenance. Manage functional area catalog. Select this. Okay. Select this again. Select anything. So go to details. So just pass this category name and category code. Okay. So category name, category name. Okay. So just copy that. So if anything will be wrong entries, then system will throw an error. Mm, So what is the code? Okay. So it is not fill the series, only just copy. Fine. Just save. Again regenerate your file. Just cancel here. Come here. Save the file. Generate CSV. Okay. And we need to rerun again. Go to setup. Sorry, go to tools. Go to tools. Schedule process. So I'm not using UCM now. Directly I can do it second step directly. Load interface. Load interface for file import. Click on OK. So select your import process program, import items or item import. Okay. Select your date file, upload a new file, choose a file format, select this 515, correct. Click on OK, and click on submit. Just run the programs.
Only that particular file will be corrected, or all the files will be?
No, all the files will load once again.
Oh,
So that is a tedious job here. So that is
okay.
what you should have a lot of patience to use this particular FPDA thing. So one file will be corrupted, so we have to do for entire.
Okay.
So now succeeded. Item input. This is 16. I forgot this file name. 160211. Okay, 1602. Submit. So this is for refreshment. I mean refresh.
Mhm.
So first time I spent a lot of time to understand which field you need to pass. So what
Okay.
will happen? So a lot of R&D required for this to understand. And moreover, if you don't get that ideas, so Metalink we have Oracle Metalink, or
Mhm.
discuss with the friends.
Mhm.
So once you know this procedure, then it will be easy. Nothing big deal.
This is FPDA, right?
Yeah, it's everybody. Again, it has thrown error.
Oh,
Mm, what is this again? I think. Oh, item with same number already exists. These items are already exist. Okay. So again, you have to open pass something thousand here. Okay. 1001, 1002, 1003. So same thing. Okay. So go to interface. Just pass this values. Copy. Category is also to change, right? Okay. So that's all. We'll see finally what will happen. Schedule again. load interface file for import. Load interface file for import. Click on OK. Item import. So sometimes it won't select, so I have to select back again. Upload. Choose a file. Open that. Click on OK. Submit. Okay. It is successful now. Yeah, fine. What is the number, sir? I'm always forgetting that batch number. I think this batch already ran. Let it be. Because first time it went the data. Item import. So this is camel format. So first letter is always capital and remaining is. So we have to give like this only always. Camel format. Why it is coming this? So item, sometimes refresh problem. Item input. Okay. So what is the number? 160211. Give here 160211. 160211. Yeah, just run. Notepad. So now it is running. Ready now. Process API also successful. Okay. Succeeded. So just verify one more time. Yeah. Now this time there is no error. Okay. Now you go back to system and verify system has stored the data. I mean load the data. So where will verify product information? Go to manage items. Right. So we'll verify one. So here search. Okay. So two. Why two rows means one is for master and one is for child. So this is the way to load the data from legacy system to cloud. This is one of the procedure of transaction data, how to move from legacy to production, I mean cloud. Okay, this is the FBDA procedure. And the procedure will be same, UCM area, interface, and base tables. The procedure will be same, the accounts will change. So
Okay.
the account numbers for PRs something different, PO something different, and these things from vary, it will vary based on the account, which item you are trying to import. Okay. And what else I need to give? Tell me.
That's it, sir.